Hey guys, the Firebird is here. It's just me. My brother couldn't be here today, and is anyone really surprised? Because he has the enigma of combination, and now he's gonna build an army of combiners! I hope that was, accurate to the show. Anyways, these are the jokes. Hope you're enjoying them. Now, again, sorry for not uploading. It feels like I'm apologizing every single video, like some kind of Canadian, but it's the truth. I just haven't had the time to work much on videos. On the bright side, I feel like I've been able to kind of like scale up the quality of some of my videos, so at least there's that. Anyways, if you haven't yet, joined our Discord server, make sure to go and do so. We're trying to hit 1k members by hopefully my birthday, which is June 28th. That's the deadline. That's the goal, guys. Please make it happen. Link to it's gonna be in the description below in the comments down below, but please be 13 years plus to join, because I don't want the FBI knocking down my door. Anyways, now that we got the announcements out the way, it's time to talk about everyone's favorite Michael Bay universe character, Sideswipe. Sideswipe is arguably one of the most popular Bayverse characters. It's stupid how popular Sideswipe is. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Sideswipe as much as the next guy, but every single day, every time I upload a video, there's at least one of you guys who goes to me on Discord or on YouTube being like, hey Fire, can you make a video about Sideswipe, whether he's alive or not? Can you make a video of what if Sideswipe survived? Or anything else that's Sideswipe related. Now, I pretty much stopped doing those types of videos just because I think it's kind of pointless to discuss whether Sideswipe is alive or not, because we have a new cinematic universe, so what happened in the Bayverse universe doesn't mean anything. It's, Sideswipe could be alive and it still wouldn't mean anything. And B, we pretty much already have an answer, kind of. While it hasn't been properly stated, it is strongly hinted that Sideswipe did indeed die during the events of Age of Extinction. So, yeah, I mean, you can still throw your theory there saying that he's still alive, which, it's fine, but I think for the most part people are in denial. I'm not making any more Sideswipe alive theories. Today I'm talking about Sideswipe's last adventure, which as far as I know, this is actually canon. So, yeah, this is like kinda canon to the Bayverse, but at the same time really isn't. But it's the last known appearance of Sideswipe in anything related to the movies. Sideswipe makes his last canonical, well, his semi-canonical appearance will be in the Transformers game Shadows Rising. Now, if you haven't heard about this game, honestly, I don't blame you, because it's one of those small-scale video game types of things that Hasbro has been doing a lot of them lately, like Battlegrounds or the VR games or that new weird Cyberverse mix shooting up kind of thing that I covered a while back. Hasbro hasn't really been committed to the video game market. They really do like making these very I wouldn't say exactly cheap, but they're, not exactly full-fledged games as to the way we will consider them to be. Now, there's two of these types of games, and I did briefly cover them in my Skywarp and Thundercracker video. There's Transformers Human Alliance, where Sideswipe does make an appearance in, but this is like before the events of Age of Extinction, and it's actually kind of fits in the in-between of Dark of the Moon and Revenge of the Fallen, which I will cover this some more time, but for now I'm covering Shadows Rising, which is like the direct sequel to it. But you don't need to know what happens in Human Alliance to know what's happening here, so yeah. Anyways, this game's weird. Like, this happens very clearly during the events of Age of Extinction, but before them, and the Autobots are not antagonistic towards the humans, they're still allied, and there's a Nemesis Prime, and Stinger looks more like Bumblebee, and Grimlock's there, even though Optimus Prime's not in his Age of Extinction alt mode, and it's all very weird. So the timeline is all kinds of messed up. Hey, still better than the X-Men timeline. Now, Transformers Shadows Rising basically involves the Decepticons coming back from the dead, Ally Rise of Unicron style. But instead of them being like undead zombies, they're like these like holograms that can teleport, and we see plenty of old Transformers coming back like Brawl, Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker, which I made a video about them, by the way, so if you want more information on that, go check them out. And a bunch of others. And we also see some new faces like Dark Steel, who gets immediately killed by Sideswipe. Spoilers. Now, I'm not really gonna summarize the entire game. I'll probably do that for another video if you guys want me to go more in depth about it. I know you guys are mostly here for Sideswipe, so I'll skim through most of the plot and just give you the Sideswipe bits. So, The Autobots and the humans are still working together. Like, apparently Ness hasn't dissolved here, and we follow these two characters. They're like investigating a weird signal that's like being transmitted from the ocean, where suddenly they get attacked by an army of protoform seekers and Decepticon warships. A brief fight ensues. The Decepticons basically lay waste to the humans. Our two OC protagonists manage to escape, and they go on a cool adventure with Optimus Prime throughout the base. Eventually they make it to an underground base where there are more Decepticons attacking them, and there they find Darksteel, aka Sideswipe but evil. So there's a brief fight with him, and then the actual Sideswipe joins in. Oh, and we also see the Arcee sisters, but they're evil now. So the humans and the Autobots have a brief fight with Darksteel, and eventually Sideswipe manages to get the kill on him. For the next stage of the game, the Autobots are on a rescue mission to rescue the Dinobots who are being attacked by the Decepticons. We see Grimlock, Strafe, Scorn, but no Slug. Which, ironically enough, Strafe and Scorn were the guys missing from the last night. So is this hinting at anything? I don't know, it's all very unclear. So the Autobots engage the Decepticons after helping the Dinobots, and they fight plenty of old Autobot and Decepticon clones. And Sideswipe actually gets some really good action scenes here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like for the most part, Sideswipe steals the show in this game. Like, the way he executes some of the Decepticons is really well done. And it will make any Sideswipe fanboy Niagara Falls in their pants. So eventually they encounter Grimlock, but he's mind controlled, which, funnily enough, this is Megatron's most brilliant tactic, as opposed to just finding some dumb weapon that the Autobots can just, you know, destroy without any consequence. By basically brainwashing Grimlock, he's putting the Autobots in a tough situation, either kill him or try to free him, but doing that might actually get them killed, which is actually one of Megatron's brighter moments. Like, I'm genuinely impressed. Something so simple yet so intelligent. But anyways, I feel like Megatron should have gotten better technology, because all that he did was put a collar on Grimlock's neck, and that caused him to be evil. So Sideswipe, Bumblebee, the humans, and Optimus Prime have a small fight with Grimlock. Sideswipe actually manages to restrain Grimlock, even if it's for a little bit. Sideswipe power scaling video when? So anyways, they free the Dinobots, and Optimus Prime is like, whoa, who can mind control Grimlock, and why? So all of a sudden we're in China, and more specifically the KSI headquarters, where we see plenty of old callbacks to some old Decepticons like Laserbeaks, Ravage, and some more generic looking protoforms. Now what I like about the Hong Kong level is that this is primarily Sideswipe's level. You team up with Sideswipe and you get some witty banter from him. Honestly, I love how the game portrays Sideswipe in this level in particular, just because Sideswipe is so full of himself. Just like how he was in Revenge of the Fallen, like Sideswipe goes around like basically saying, oh man, I'm so cool, pfft, I only have to use half my strength, not even breaking a sweat and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool, and that's a personality type that we don't see from most Autobots in the movies, so seeing it here is very refreshing as opposed to your standard good guy. Anyways, this is the part that's gonna make a lot of Sideswipe fanboys Niagara Falls again. Sideswipe fights Shockwave. Well, it's not really Shockwave, it's a clone of Shockwave, but it's Shockwave nonetheless. He even has the G1 colors with the color of the eyeball and the purple color scheme. So Sideswipe fights him, and with some help from the humans, he basically destroys Shockwave, which as a Sideswipe fan, it was actually a pretty cool moment to see. So anyways, Sideswipe and the humans take a sniping position to help Ness deal with some of the Decepticons around, and then they detect a Decepticon signal in a nearby park, so they go to investigate it, where they find none other than Stinger, who looks exactly like Bumblebee from the last night. Which, I'll be honest, I kinda prefer this look a bit more than Age of Extinction. Now, I will go more in depth about the Stinger fight, but to cut a long story short, because this video is primarily about Sideswipe, Stinger actually is really agile. He can create holograms just like Mirage, which, that may be alluding to something, to try and squash the humans and move around. He's one of the most agile and cunning Decepticon fighters I've seen in the Babers. I was genuinely impressed with his fight scene. But just as Stinger was about to kill the humans, none other than the main Chad himself, Sideswipe shows up to deliver the killing blow. Optimus Prime analyzes Stinger's corpse to determine where these Decepticons are coming from, and then he finds out that a bunch of KSI scientists were kidnapped and taken to a station on the moon, the dark side of the moon to be more exact. So the Autobots and humans basically go on a journey through the moon to, find the machine that's creating all of these Decepticon clones and basically put a stop to it. Sideswipe doesn't really participate much in the initial assault, it's mostly Optimus Prime and the humans, and oh look, cool, it's Nemesis Prime, and he's gone. Yep. So anyways, the humans make it inside the spaceship and they find Megatron, who has been revived for real this time. It basically said that he used the KSI scientists to create this new device that spawns a new Decepticon army and even to revive him. The Autobots and Megatron get into a fight, and unfortunately Sideswipe doesn't get much action in there, because of course all the good fight scenes go to Bumblebee and Optimus, which eventually through the power of friendship, Optimus Prime is able to vanquish Megatron for good. However, he ends the game with the line, "I will be reborn," hinting at that he's probably gonna be turning into Galvatron sometime soon in the follow-up game that's sure to come. And we basically ended all with the humans and the Autobots basically making their way back to Earth using the spaceship that they now have full control of. Which, strangely enough, the inside kinda looks like Lockdown ship. So we ended all with a small speech from Optimus Prime, and that's the story of Shadows Rising and of Sideswipe's last adventure. We never got a sequel to it, and we probably never will since the Bayverse is now over, but there was something oddly fun of checking out this game. Oh, and be sure to check out the guy who basically provided all the footage you're seeing here. I unfortunately never got to play this game, somebody else did and uploaded it to YouTube, so if you guys are curious to check out the full game itself, instead of, just having me summarize it, go check him out. Link to his channel will be in the description down below and in the comments down below. Honestly, it was pretty cool seeing a lot of old Transformers come back, like Nemesis Prime, like Shockwave, Ravage, Laserbeak, Brawl, the Seekers, and seeing some new faces like Nemesis Prime, though the Dinobots didn't do much here, which at least is still consistent with the movies. Overall, while I was very upset that Sideswipe never came back after Dark of the Moon, Shadows Rising to this day remains his last known appearance in like anything. Besides the whole, appearance in the European top collector cards where he basically gets told to us that he died, and that's where much of the debate comes from. Shadows Rising is basically the last hoorah for Sideswipe, and honestly, I think this was very fitting for him. Like, you might be upset that he's dead, you might be in denial or anything, but taking all of that aside, Shadows Rising being Sideswipe's last appearance, I'm actually not against that. I think he got his time to shine in this game. His personality came in through, he got some pretty cool action scenes, and while he didn't really collaborate too much in the actual ending, I can't help but feel that his appearance in the game was very enjoyable all the way through. So yeah guys, that's the story of Sideswipe's last adventure in the Michael Bay universe. Granted, Shadows Rising is obviously not canon because the events that are happening in this game don't fit at all the events that we see happen in Age of Extinction and after Age of Extinction. So this adventure could be considered to be like an alternate universe. Kind of like how the console Transformers games are, some stuff does happen in the movies happen, and sometimes some of that stuff deviates way too much, but it's still its own little thing. But it's time for me to ask the question to you guys. What do you think of Sideswipe's appearance in Shadows Rising? Do you think it was the proper send-off for the character? Do you think he should have more action, more center stage? Basically, do you think this was a great send-off for him? The last hoorah for Sideswipe. Let me know all about it in the comments down below, and I'm not gonna make a Sideswipe alive either because I said I'm not gonna do those ever again. I will talk about the character of course, but nothing like, oh, he could still be alive, but it doesn't really matter because the Bayverse is no more. Yeah, I'm not really doing that. Oh, by fire! You should try and please your fans and do more Sideswipe theories. Shut up, psychic friend Ratchet! I am not doing that again. Oh. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever I get around to uploading that. Bye guys. Anyways guys, before we go, shout out to our amazing Patreons, TrueBlue712, Stitch Productions, Stephanie Ballard, Christopher Prime, Predicting Hunter Plays, Mario Gordon, Allspark Studios, Scrub Lord, a huge shout out to the absolute madman himself, Jordan the Great, who donated $100, and to our even big post Patreon, xNooter23, who donated what I can only describe as a amount of money. I'll leave you guys to figure out how much. Thank you guys for your donation. It's very much appreciated by me and Squeaker, even though Squeaker is way too lazy to thank you. I tip my fedora in gratitude and put on my supreme gentleman hat in your honor. Link to our Patreon and the channels will be in the description down below for you guys to check out. Some of them do Transformers content, some of them do their own little thing, funny moments, their own animations. There's quite a diverse range of content here, so if you ever feel interested in checking other people out, check these guys. And if you guys want to shout out your subs, all you gotta do is donate to our Patreon. If you donate to our Patreon, you get quite a few rewards. You get a shout out in my videos, you can collab with me in some of my videos if you so choose to, request your own videos, exclusive roles in my Discord servers, there's plenty more coming. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. But keep in mind that it's entirely optional because freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for donating, it's much appreciated. If you guys want to donate, you know what to do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe guys.